It's a policy you take out to protect yourself, the people you love.
Ukishachukua insurance kutoka kwetu utapata comprehensive ambayo inakava bike, itakava wewe third party damages na pia itakukava wewe kama rider.
Ni the same thing watu tuliza kwa insurance. Sawa na insurance alafu
Lamy was born out of a need to democratize insurance, and that is essentially just the flow of insurance from the point of purchase. Essentially or traditionally, when you're going to take out insurance products, you have to see an agent, they have to produce a quote for you, they have to go back to the insurance company and get them to sort of underwrite it, which in like regular speak means that they have to look at the risks and analyze and see then what is the value, what is the associated cost to the insurance product that we'll be giving you. And so what happened is Lamy was just trying to speed up that process to essentially encourage more Africans to take out insurance. I don't know if you're familiar with this, but I think it's been a buzz at the moment. I think for the last 3 months, people are talking about the fact that insurance penetration dropped from 3% to about 2.2%. We try and think about, what we did is to try and think about how we can improve uptake of insurance. And so we focused on technology as a way to sort of bring this 100-year-old business into the modern age. You know, I think that we all rely on our phones heavily right now. I think most of us don't even have cash. Are you holding cash at the moment? Most of us don't hold cash because, you know, there's technological ways that have been put in place for us to sort of manage the flow of money, you know, from me to you, from me to a different business. And so we thought, you know, why not use this technology to improve this whole purchase process? So that's sort of how Lamy was born. So it started with the B2C side, that is basically business to consumer sort of channel, where I essentially just sell insurance to you as opposed to selling to a business. The one thing that we learned or rely heavily to build the Lamy platform was the customer journey and ease of access. How easy was it for a customer to go into an app, fill in some information, get a quote, buy a policy, and zoom off? So that exactly is what we relied on heavily to map out the B2B2C partnerships. And so a case in point, just in the way of localization, was we work with a partner known as IMS Afrique. They basically work with the boda bodas at the end of their value chain to distribute various types of insurance products. When you think about a boda rider, you think fast motor insurance, but then you think this person is exposed to so many risks. So this person needs personal accident, for instance. This person needs medical insurance because this person is always exposed to wind and such types of risks. So what we did is we sort of used that customer journey and transferred it in a way that businesses were also able to replicate our offering and offer it down their value chain. And I think our learning there was that consumers will always tend to lean on the side of ease and accessibility. Affordability is a major factor, but accessibility does always stand at the top of that list.
So insurance gives you peace of mind more than anything else. It protects you, your health, it protects the people on the road with you, and it ensures continuity of life for your family.
The startup space is an ever-changing landscape. What it takes is a good idea and grit to make sure that you attract the attention of investors. What we had was a business idea that was going to change a 100-old business. You know, insurance is one of those monsters that we've never been able to really understand. And so what we did is sort of put the building blocks together early enough to prove that this is actually an acceptable model. And I think how we sort of built up to raising money was starting with the Griffin app, for instance, you know, just understanding what the gaps were and solving for those, and then taking up a notch higher, understanding how can businesses benefit from a partnership with Lamy? How can we provide value not only to the consumers but also the suppliers of this insurance, that is the underwriters on the other side. So what we did is we positioned ourselves as a value addition for both the underwriter who provides us with the product or carries the risk, and also the consumer who's actually in need of this product. So we played as an intermediary, and we leveraged heavily on technology to make sure that we played in a relevant space solving actual, I guess, or filling actual gaps. And so we were able to attract a few investors, I think in the first round, and then build up to the second round where we were able to raise 5.5 million USD, of course.
We chose Lamy as a partner because they are able to give us insurance policies for our members conveniently. Before we had this partnership, we used to work with different agents from different insurance companies. Most of the time they were not available for us because maybe they're busy or they're processing other applications for other clients, and that used to waste our time. So what we did is we discussed with Lamy, and we were impressed because they have a nice platform whereby you can apply for insurance and within short time it's availed. And that's the important thing that we can talk about. Another thing is that we have different needs of insurance from our members. Some want insurance for 1 year, some want insurance cover for 6 months, and because of the variation in terms of demands, it was difficult to get what they want from the underwriter. But with the Lamy platform, it's easy because then you have the different options for a month, for 3 months, 6 months, for 1 year, and yet from different underwriters. Then with these options, it's easier to choose what cover you need and get it instantly. That's the beauty. Another thing is that they have already discussed with underwriters, and all the products have been negotiated. They're affordable and they're very flexible. That's what we really enjoy with our membership of over 2.4 million across the country.
That is a business, because without a border you can finance and do another business like you carry people.
Mimi ndio chairman wa Mbakati Riders Sacco. Tuko na members karibu 67, almost 67, na almost wote tumeweza kuwezesha riders wapate documents kama insurance, kama DL regulation, na sana kwa Sacco inasaidia members kuweza kufanya savings, sababu kulingana na sheria ya government lazima ukuwa rider, lazima uregister kwa Sacco ndio utambulike unafanya kazi ya pikipiki, sababu kazi ya pikipiki saa hizi imeingiliwa na watu wengi, na wengi hata si watu wa boda. Ndio unapata tunalaumiwa kama watu wa boda ni wabaya, lakini si wote. Na kando na hiyo, Lamy Insurance imetusaidia sababu kama rider ako na ana insurance through IMS, tunasawapatia rider analipa polepole. IMS inasimamia through IMS inatupea insurance cover, na tume engage na hawa at least tupate personal cover kutoka kwa Lamy, ndio rider in case of any accident rider ataweza asaidika, sababu unapata challenge inakuanga rider anaweza kuumia, lakini ile insurance zingine tunapatanga haikavi rider, haisaidiangi. Lakini through Lamy, through IMS tumeweza kusaidia riders. Ngawa Lamy tumeanza nayo katika nafikiri ni mwaka ikielekea, na tumeona inatusaidia kama riders.
Kenya has a low rate of insurance penetration, with the Association of Kenya Insurers, AKI, placing the penetration rate at 2.2%.
Insurance is significantly dropped. Insurance uptake has significantly dropped since COVID, because obviously insurance is actually tied to disposable income. How many people actually see insurance as a need? That also determines how many people take out insurance. So maybe just to frame this, insurance penetration uptake was at 3% at the beginning of the year. And 2-3 months ago, we got the report and it dropped to 2.2%. So insurance penetration is really still struggling because I think insurance uptake is heavily reliant on product availability, but also very emotive. It's a very emotive space because we purchase insurance when something has happened, when we actually understand the risks. And I'll break that down a little bit. You take medical cover, and it makes sense to take medical cover when you've experienced some type of gap. You're unwell and you don't have liquid money to go and even see a doctor, for instance, or go to the pharmacy and take out medication. And so it really resonates with have you actually experienced this type of risk? And same as motor, a lot of people will take out third-party insurance for their cars until something happens and they essentially lose their whole investment because they didn't take out comprehensive to cover the value of the whole car. They just essentially cover the person on the other side because it's statutory. So to answer your question on is insurance uptake sort of going up? It is not going up, but we're seeing more awareness. People are more aware that insurance is a need, it's not a want. And we're really riding on that wave to ensure that the products that we distribute, the partners that we select, the models of distribution that we rely on are able to make insurance accessible and affordable for every person out there. Our short-term goals are to expand into West and East Africa and be able to offer our value proposition in those markets using technology and also proper insurance products to sort of make a mark in those markets. We are also aiming to sell about $1 billion worth of insurance by the year 2025, and also just make insurance sort of a household, like purchase. You're going to buy your milk and you happily buy your insurance. The idea behind insurance is just securing you against unforeseen risk, and we'd like to get people to understand and consume these products without really thinking about it, because at the end of the day, this is a product that secures our mental well-being, but also our physical well-being.
The most difficult thing that I ever did was putting my entire life savings in my business. Every single cent that I had, really.
Jihan is fearless. She's fearless and grounded, and that's something exceptional about her. One of the things that she's made sure to do is empower the team, and empower significantly to a point where we're able to think on our toes and make decisions on the go purely based on the landscape of the land. The insurance space is not very open to change because, again, it's been the same for about 100 years, and it takes a lot of understanding on both ends, from people that have actually sold insurance, from people that are actually creating these insurance products to accommodate us. And so what Jihan has done by being fearless and just grounded has sort of significantly helped the business get to where it is today.